In the video above, I created a sales page by copying a page out of the website section called Report Funnel Biz. Now, even though that's my personal favorite, we have a lot of members who love this sales template that I'm about to show you. It's real easy to use, and you're going to be able to create anything you want. What you're going to do is hover over websites, over web pages, and then click on create web pages. And you're going to click right here that says custom template, and you're going to click in the circle that says does not use an opt-in form. And the one you're going to select is called content appears on time delay. Click choose. And the first thing you're going to do is name it. So I'm going to continue with my Manatech theme example. And what I'm going to call this page is, I'm going to call this Mana Sales Page number 1. And I'm going to click Update Title. Now notice along the top, it just walks you through each step that you're going to be doing. Now I've already edited my title here, so now I'm on Edit Top. And the way you're going to edit your image here is you're just going to click on this because this particular template requires a banner. So you're just going to click here. And what you can do is you can upload your own banner or use one of the ones we already have here for you. So what I did, I went to Google and I typed in Manatech banners, and then I clicked on images. I found an image that I uploaded earlier, and that's right here. So I'm just going to double click on it. Now that I have my banner, to edit the headline, you're just going to click inside here. And so the first thing I'm going to do is just delete this text. And so I'm just going to make up a headline here. Now that I've made this headline up, I'm just going to highlight it, and then I'm going to click inside this one right here, and that centers it. And I could adjust the size of this text. Now, when you go to look at this, let me show you something. It's going to be bigger and it's going to be red. All right, so even though the text looks a certain way, just keep that in mind. You can make this text bigger if you want by clicking on size. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like it is. I'm not sure exactly what color I would want to use, but if I wanted to use like a dark green, I could see how that looked. Maybe I want to bold that up. And let's see what that looks like. That's not so bad on the page. All right, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to move on to edit bottom. I'm going to click on that. So you definitely want to have content under the video. So you're going to decide, do you want your content to be delayed, or do you want it to appear instantly when they get to the video? I'm going to go ahead and just say no delay. That's going to be a personal preference. And you're definitely going to want buttons because buttons are call to action. So you want to have buttons, whether you want 1 button, 2 buttons, or 3 buttons, it doesn't matter. We're going to give you up to 3 to put from left to right on the page. Now keep in mind, if you use just the top button here and you only use 1, it's automatically going to center that button in the middle. So if you use just the top 2 buttons here, it'll automatically center those 2 buttons below the video. All right, so now that I've got my buttons, I have to basically figure out what I want my buttons to say and where I want them to link to. For example, I might want just 1 button at this point that says get started now. I might want to start a sequence of pages that they can go to. Maybe I want to include the compensation plan or another video inside this funnel. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to have 2 buttons on this first page, and the first one is going to say how you get paid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this all caps. I think the buttons look better with all caps. So I'm just going to type this in, how you get paid. And that button, obviously, I would link to another page I would create in my system using this exact same template with a compensation plan video on it. And obviously, I don't have the URL for that to go to yet. So in this situation, I would be coming back to this page once I had that page created. So for the text on button 2, I'm going to type in how to get healthy. And so it kind of leads the prospects that want to know more about the money to go one way, and then maybe others that are trying to get healthy to go another way. I mean, you get the idea. It's a funnel of gathering information, and so I'm just giving you some examples. So I'm going to go ahead and skip button 3, and look at this down here. I've got an editor down here that is going to allow me to insert whatever I want below the buttons. I could insert a pic below the buttons, a pic that I uploaded to my system. I could have text. I mean, I could literally create a sales page from this editor right here, anything that I wanted. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab an image that I uploaded earlier. And again, all of this I've gone over in the previous videos. I'm going to scroll down a little bit inside my library and click on this one here. And so once that's done uploading, I'm just going to click OK. And one thing you may need to do is you want to make sure this is centered. So just click on center and then save your changes. Now here's where you're going to create your background color. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull this over towards the green, and I'm going to try to just make the best matching color that I can. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm not sure how that's going to look. I might want a darker color around the edges, or that lighter one. You know, I'm not sure. This is just a kind of a personal preference. So you might have to look at it and make your decision after you see it larger. So you want to make sure that you click right here to save those changes of your color choice. And then the next step here is to select your video location. And I'm going to click right here to use a video from YouTube, and I'm going to click save. Now this is a little bit different than swapping an 11-character code. You actually have to get the entire code from YouTube. It's real simple. I found this video earlier by doing a search for Manatech channel, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on share. I'm going to click on embed. Now here's the code right here, but before I copy it, I want to make some changes. You're going to want to click on show more, and what you're going to want to do is make sure that the suggested videos, when the video finishes, is unchecked. The only thing that I would recommend having checked is show player controls. And notice you can make these size differences. I'm not sure that's going to make a difference on the template, but I would go ahead just to be safe and select the biggest size here. And again, the only one I have checked is show player controls. And that's simply going to allow your prospects to be able to fast forward or rewind during the video. And when you make these changes here, that will automatically apply on this code. So just copy it. And then once you've copied that code, just come back and paste it right here in the box and click Start My Video Automatically, if that's what you want to do, and then click Save. All right, so let's take a look at this right now, see what it looks like. That actually looks really, really nice. You'll notice these two buttons right here below the video. And you know what? I'm real happy with the way that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to create the pages that these two buttons link to. And the great news is I've already created this page. And so all I have to do is copy it, and then making changes is going to be a lot easier. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to hover over websites and click on web pages. And you'll notice Mana Sales Page 1. All I'm going to do is click copy. And now I've made an exact copy of that page. And I'm going to call this Mana Sales Page Money. And that lets me know that's going to be the compensation plan page. So I'm going to click Update Title. And the template, as I just stated, is already created. So what I need to do is I need to click on Edit Bottom, and I need to change these two buttons. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm only going to have one button. So I'm going to get rid of that. So all I'm going to do is type in Get Started Now, because after they come to this page, I just want them to be able to click here to get started. Now behind this button, you're going to want to use a personal URL to either your affiliate offer or your network marketing company. For example, if I was in Manatech, I would have a URL here to get started on my page, and I would make sure that my ID number was included inside that address bar. So once you have that, once you figure out what your personal URL is to whatever it is that you're promoting, you're just going to click right here where it says another website, and then you're going to paste that URL right there. And that means that that button is going to link to that page. Now, this means when clicked, do you want that to open up into a new window, or do you want the page just to go there? In this example, I'm just going to have it go there. And so that's it. That's all I want on this page is just the one button. I'm going to scroll down and click Save Changes. And the only other thing I have to do on this page is put the other video on it. So I'm going to tell it that I want a video from YouTube. I'm going to get rid of this code right here. I'm going to go back, and earlier I found a compensation plan video. So following the same steps, click on Share, Embed, and then Show More. And everything looks exactly the way I want it. So I'm going to copy this code and come back, and I'm going to paste that code right there and click Save. And let's take a look at this. Now look at how nice this page looks. And remember, it only took me a few seconds to create this because all I did was I copied the template that I first created, so I didn't have to start all over. And watch this here. I'm going to click on Get Started. And you see that? It brings me right to the sign up form. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my sales page number 1. And I'm going to click on Edit. And then I'm going to click on Edit Bottom. Now, if you remember, the page that I just created was the page that this button right here is going to link to. And so what I'm going to do is this circle that's highlighted is the correct one, a page in your website. That needs to link to, and then I just need to find that page. And right here, you'll notice that page that I just created called Mana Sales Page Money. So I'm just going to select that, and I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom and click Save My Changes. Now, let's take a look at this, make sure it works right. I'm going to click on View, and here is the first page. So what I'm going to do is click right here, How You Get Paid. And you see that? It brings you right to that page I just created. And then obviously if I'm going to click on Get Started, that's going to bring me to that sign up form. So let's jump back now, and let me point out one thing on the sales page number 1 here. The first one I created is I'm going to find a video for a page that I'm going to create that's going to link to this button. So in other words, I'm going to copy a template that I just used, and I'm going to create one final page that's going to link to a way to order the product. So let's go do that now. Back in the admin, what I'm going to do is hover over websites and click on web pages. And the page I'm going to copy is actually the one that I copied from the last copy, called Mana Sales Page Money. I'm going to click on Copy, and I'm going to label this Mana Sales Page Product. And that way I know exactly what page that is when I'm looking for it later. I'm going to click Update Title, and then I'm going to click on Edit Bottom, and I'm going to change the button to say Try the Product. I'm probably going to want to link this button to a direct order page where they can get the product. And in my example, I went and found an affiliate on Amazon. So if I was an affiliate with Amazon, I could set up a page, or I could get a page like this. And so this URL right here in the address bar, that is going to link specifically to a certain affiliate. So obviously you want this to be you. And I'm going to grab that big long URL, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to get rid of the one that's there now, and I'm going to paste the new one in there right now. Okay, now that I have the correct radio button selected, I've got the URL pasted in there. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on Save. And the last thing to do is click on Select Video Location. And I want to use a video from another website, so I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to get rid of this current video right now. And I found a video earlier on the product that I was looking for. And so just as a recap, I'm going to click on Share, Embed, Show More. Everything is like I want it, and it is. So I'm going to copy this embed code, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to paste that right here, and I'm going to click Save. And I am done. I now have created the product page. So let's take a look at this. All right, this is looking very, very good. I'm very happy with this. So my prospect would click here to try the product, and obviously that would be my personal link as an affiliate to get credit for that purchase. So now it's time to tie everything together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the My Web Pages section, and I'm going to edit the Mana Sales page number 1. And the reason being is I need to connect that page that I just created to that button on that page. So what I'm going to do is click on Edit Bottom, and you'll remember this is the button right here that I have not linked yet. And so what I'm going to do is come down to button number 2, and the correct radio button is already selected, but I need to find that page that I just created. All right, here it is right here, Mana Sales Page Product. And then I'm going to just scroll down and click Save. And that funnel is done. So let's take a look at this, make sure everything works correctly. You always want to click your way through, double check everything. All right, so here's the page that the prospects would land on right after they opt into the lead capture page. They can click here, How to Get Healthy. It's going to bring them to the product page here, and they can click this button here to try the product. So let's go back to the first page, and I'm going to click How You Get Paid. And there's a compensation plan video here, and they can click on the button to get started, and that's going to bring them to that page there. All right, so there's one final step that I wanted to do. In the video above this one, I already created a lead capture page. Now, I want to leave all of that funnel alone. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to mess with it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of that Manatech lead capture page that I already created. So I'm going to hover over websites. I'm going to click on web pages. And if you remember from that top video, it's called Manatech lead capture page. I'm just going to click on copy. And I'm just going to call this Manatech lead capture page number 2. And I'm going to go ahead and just change the title tag. And I'm going to go ahead and attach it to a subdomain. I'm just going to label one like that. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the Manatech autoresponder campaign because it doesn't matter. You could have 2 different funnels sharing the same campaign. That's perfectly fine. And now, obviously, I need to change the page that my prospects see after they opt in. So for this particular lead capture page, the page that I want them to see when they first opt in, and you may remember, it's called Mana Sales Page number 1. I'm going to click Save, and that is it. I am done. So let's take a look at this. Here's the lead capture page. Okay, and it's on its own domain. I'm going to go ahead and opt in. All right, take a look at this. You can see that the funnel is working perfectly. It goes all the way down to the Getting Started page for that button. And if they click on the other one, that's going to bring them to a page they can order the product. And there you go. Now, obviously, you can take this training and apply it to anything that you want. And it doesn't matter whether it's golf lessons, cooking, MLM. I mean, whatever you want to create, there's nothing stopping or limiting you except your imagination. So take these tools, learn them, apply them, and you're going to have a really successful time and a fun time marketing.